Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So just sharing with you guys a little reading from Samurai William by Giles Milton. Alright, here we go. Prologue. They had reached the end of the world. A tremendous storm had pushed them deep into the unknown, where the maps and globes showed only monsters of the deep. The night sky sparkled with oriental brilliance, but the unfamiliar stars had proved a mischievous guide to those lost and lonely adventurers. For almost 2 years, William Adams and his crew had braved wild and tempestuous oceans. They had clashed with spear-taunting island chieftains and suffered from sickness and empty bellies. Now, on the 12th of April, 1600, these few survivors had once again sighted land where they expected death at the hands of some barbarous savage. The bell of the great Manjuji monastery clanged at dawn. As the weak spring sunlight spilled over the southern mountains, a dozen temples added a noisy echo. It was already light on the watery delta of the Oeda River, but night still lingered in the palaces and pagodas of Fanai. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Their cuneiform roofs trapped the shadows, and it would be several hours before daylight pierced the grid-like maze or walkways. The strange vessel that was drifting helplessly into the harbor was in terrible state of repair. Her sails were in shreds, and her timbers had been bleached by the sun. With the stately poop and mullioned prow, she was quite unlike the junks that occasionally dropped anchor on the southern shores of Japan. No sooner had she been sighted than the alarm was raised, and a small party of townsmen rowed out to view the vessel. Excuse me. Those who clambered aboard were greeted by a pitiful sight. A dozen adventurers lay helpless and groaning in their own filth. Many were covered in blotches, a sign of advanced scurvy, while others had been stricken with terrible tropical diseases. Their victuals had run out long ago. They had subsisted, I think that's the word, on the rats and other vermin that scavenged for scrapes in the filthy swill in the hold of the vessel. Only William Adams was sufficiently coherent to greet the boarding party, and he blinked in astonishment as he caught his first glimpse of a civilization that was older and perhaps more sophisticated than his own. Adams immediately realized that his men, had come not to their rescue, but to pillage the vessel. He could only hope that he and his men, would receive a welcome on shore. They had fought a long battle against storms and starvation, and had achieved the remarkable feat of crossing both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, negotiating the treacherous Magellan Strait en route. They had survived Antarctic blizzards and tropical storms, and had watched in horror as their friends and fellow crewmates had weakened and expired. Of a fleet of 5 ships, only one had made it to Japan. Of an estimated 100 crew members, just 24 men were still alive. Of these, 6 were on the verge of death. After more than 19 months at sea, Adams had reached the fabled island of Japan, where no Englishman had ever been set foot. As he stepped ashore, he prayed that his voyage of discovery had at long last come to an end. In fact, it was just about to begin. All right, love you guys. Hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.